Mumble Nuggets, and we're just not doing anything with the Mumble Nuggets. Welcome to the Glacially Musical Pourdcast. It is beer, metal, swearing with a side of Mumble Nuggets, which are better than Dino Nuggets. Of course, I'm Nick Cameron of the Glacially Musical blog turned thing, turned to you, Don, you're sexy. Joined by my good friends, the Raging Cajun, Don, William, De La Tour, Dotrieve. How we doing today, buddy? I know the real answer. Just yeah. Joined by the man, always ready, Keefy Chenoweth. Sing for me.
Hey, oh,
That's too much.
hey, oh.
It is. I'm might be moving quickly today because my room is very Nelly. Who knows what that means?
It's getting hot in
Hot
her.
and
So
so
take off
hot,
all your clothes.
so
That
hot,
that
hot.
that song has the greatest line I've ever heard. Nah, I'm just kidding. Unless you're gonna do it. So here's how we do.
Actually, the greatest line in that song is, "I think my butt's getting big."
I think
That's
my
the
butt's
line?
getting big.
That's
Is that really
that's
the line?
Looking in
Yes.
the mirror, checking you, feeling yourself, and I think
I
my
think
butt's
my
getting
butt's
big.
looking big.
That's fucking great.
That's like 10 years ahead of the Brazilian butt lift curve.
Easily.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so here's how we do this. We have a greeting, beer check, vinyl check, news check. Meat of the episode this week. The meat of the episode is Don's new series, ACDC, as I said properly. And I said properly, even though my brain did not want to. The Glacial Musical Beer of the Week, Voodoo Ranger Imperial IPA. Pop that spit. And since this is the last Blues home game and quite possibly the last game, Jordan Bennington may be playing as a St. Louis Blue in the Scott Trade Enterprise Kiel whatever center. I'm using my Stanley Cup Champions pint glass. Finger fudge pour. What you got, Don?
I am rocking the throat coat tea. And that's like the worst thing that you could call it.
Oh my God, that stuff tastes like ass rubbed on a turnip.
Actually, they've made it better. They've made it a lot better. I used to drink this when I was on stage a lot because especially with my allergies and shit. But anyway, yeah. I'm
Oh,
rocking
Don,
throat
7
coat.
minutes. Don's buying records.
Ah, shit. No. Anyway, throat coat and water.
It's better with bourbon.
Beverage. Everything's better with bourbon.
No, I mean, it's legitimately better with bourbon. It actually makes it taste okay.
It does. It does. This just tastes like herbal ass.
It does.
So
It tastes like licorice rubbed in dirt that's
it
been
does.
pissed on by a raccoon.
I'm
Also
glad.
known as your IPA.
I'm glad.
Dr.
Oh, I'm glad Don cursed first, because what I was going to say is what I used to drink on stage is a handle of vodka and hate fuck the crowd and my band
Oh, there
with
you
my
go.
music. There's a great long story about this I'm not going to use right now. Guess what I'm having? A Liquid Death Cherry Obituary. Pop. Cheers, motherfucker.
Cheers.
YouTube happy hour.
This tastes like calm.
Cheers, everybody.
Oh, I love the hot pot, by the by.
The what?
The hot pot.
Oh yeah, isn't that great?
I legit
Yeah.
have one. I have one of those sitting on my desk at work.
That I like, and I should probably drink tea more frequently. But whenever I'm sick, I would go, oh, I forgot I have this cool
I love
hot
tea. I've
pot."
got 3, like Keefy can tell you, I have 3 jugs of loose tea
Mhm.
on the window in my kitchen. They
I
are
love tea.
they are denoted by a Scottish flag, an Irish flag, and an English flag.
I mean, I don't go that far into it, but yeah,
I've also got green tea at work, and I've got multiple tea bags, and I have milk at work because
Nick
presently
said tea bag.
they're green tea. I mean, it's tea. The vinyl check of the week, because we are doing ACDC without any explanation, which will come later. This is the version I have been listening to this week, ACDC TNT. This is the Australasia version. It is a second pressing, and this is obviously not the American artwork. Now this weekend, I asked. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm telling the wrong story. Thanks to my good friend Keefy, I got a kick-ass upgrade on a pressing. Power Trip. So the good news about the pressing is, and now's a good time to mention this. Man, wouldn't it be awesome if we had a kick-ass crossover thrash record to give away now? So we are doing another double giveaway. There will be a vinyl package and there will be a CD package. Have not decided what the deal is yet, but you do have to be in the lower 48 states to get the package unless you're willing to pay for shipping. And I can tell you, unless you live in England, like if you live in Canada, perhaps Montreal, Martin, and you win, I would need you to pay for shipping because it'll be like $50. But the records will be worth more than what it is. This is Power Trip, and you can see Keefy's birthday note to me. I got this the other day. My birthday was in December. It does say belated, though, so good work, Keefy. This is, of course, Power Trip Nightmare Logic. It's got the Rest in Power Riley Gale hype sticker. And check out this color. Sorry, I'm getting all wrapped up in my Ys. Look at that thing. It's not opaque. It's translucent. It's got a little bit, you can't quite see it. As I'm looking at it, the back, it's lighter. It's not as dull, because it just looks like glow in the dark. But it's got a little bit of smoke to it. Green smoke inside green, which is a really cool color, which unfortunately my camera does not do justice. Alrighty, Don, you are up, my friend.
All right. Well, Christmas came early or late. I don't know how, it depends on how you look at it. But Santa Boom Boom, or Boom Boom Claus, dropped this in the mail for me, which I'm absolutely loving. Got some King Diamond, Songs for the Dead live. And I do have to say, Nick, you were right. It is a little on the thin side. But
I was surprised.
But I think it still sounds quite good, though. You know, like the tones are good, but the overall
it sounds okay. My big issue with it is my preference for King Diamond is later King Diamond, and that is a celebration of everything that is not later King Diamond.
See, and I think Keefy and I are probably on the opposite end of the spectrum for you, because this was the Abigail tour, wasn't it?
Yeah, they played Disc 2 is Abigail front to back.
Yeah, because they did 7th Day July. Anyway,
I don't need that because I have a Road Racer pressing of Abigail now.
Oh, do you?
Yep. I got that last year. I checked it. It's been checked.
And then one more, like Nick, I too have been listening to this one as well, in addition to the international version. This one, though, Nick, it says it's got a Gem Records sticker on it, so I don't know what that.
Yeah, I'm looking at that hype sticker. I see that. It's got a pink triangle on it.
It says South Plainfield, New Jersey, Reseda, California. I don't know.
I think that's a record store.
Okay, gotcha. Because I knew it was a label. Now it does have this
like Tony something.
This is the label that it's got. I don't know if you can see the label. So I haven't quite identified that.
Yeah, my label's different. Here, let me show you mine. I don't think I did. Mine came in, because mine was purchased in Germany originally in the 80s. Mm-hmm. It came in a cool anti-static sleeve.
I had that also. I replaced mine with the paper and mylar thing.
See, mine is on Albert Productions. So here's
Yeah, that's what this one's on too. It says, so this might be a good topic to look up, because see, this is this says also Albert Productions.
That could very well be a first.
But it's a different label. So
yeah, mine's a second press. I know that for sure. It took me a long time to find them, and I'll talk about them more as we go on in this series, but it took me a very long time to find these ACDC records on Discogs, because they're not listed under the regular ones.
No, they're not. So yeah,
which is really strange. I mean, why is it that way?
Well, we will unlock this mystery at some point and figure.
I'm actually looking. I'm looking that up for you right now, because I want to tell you. If you guys can give me 18 seconds, okay, just 18 seconds. That's all I need. It's just a tiny little clickety clack. Just a tiny clickety clack. We're on the. It's just Amtrak going down the rails.
Is yours the gatefold also?
Mine is not a gatefold.
So yeah, so this is the gatefold.
No, I'm sorry. Mine is a gatefold. I apologize.
I thought it should be. It's just got lyrics on the inside. So
because I want to see all versions. I want to tell you something really great about this. I want to tell you something. Do you what's the cover like? Is it matte or is it gloss?
It's gloss.
It's gloss. Show me
Yeah,
the
see.
cover. Show me the cover outside. Okay, is that laminated or is that regs?
No, it's regs.
All right. Looks like you have, my friend. Is that APLPA dot 016?
Let me check and see. APLPA -016.
Oh, it's dash, not dot.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it is. And that is a gatefold.
Yes.
Well, my friend, I am happy to tell you that is a first pressing from Australasia, and it's worth
Are you
$180.
fucking kidding me?
No, I am not.
$25 at the swap meet about 5 years ago.
And I'm going to send you the link into the group chat so you can just
Good. So
go
I can
ahead.
update that shit too. Yeah. Fantastic.
There you go. What you got,
Here at the
Keefy?
here at the Glacially Musical Podcast, folks, we aim to please and come with receipts of fact. So thank you so
Not
much.
on receipts, but with receipts. But
Emphasis.
also on receipts.
Emphasis on the word come. Anyway, let me just jump back for a second before I do my check and talk about that, Nick. So did you have that album, Nick?
Yeah.
Nightmare, you had it.
Uh-huh.
Did you have the original or the repress? That
I had the very first one, like the 2018.
Oh.
I was giggling with Lawyer Wife, and I'm like, whenever they send me records of stuff I already have.
Next time
And
it won't be, I promise.
But here's what she said. Here's what she said. Your friends know you so well.
That is also true.
They know what
Cactus.
they know to get you what you will like.
Cactus, Youngblood, which is terrible, but about hockey. And,
It is terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible, but great.
It's great and terrible. And also Power Trip. So I didn't know you had that, but you have that one now. So that's a very controversial release because Riley, before his death, was very angry at that label, felt like they were not being treated right. But,
And there are 1,000 represses of that album around his death. Like
that's
1,000.
correct. They also dropped that live album, which I think I have live in Seattle, was a Record Store Day album, which I did get like a few years back before you and I started. I love Power Trip. I interviewed Riley. It's one of our biggest interviews at Ghost Cult. I hung out with him for an entire night talking politics with him. He didn't want to talk to anybody else about anything else. People came up and were asking for autographs and selfies, but he was like talking leftist politics with me the entire. He's like, bro, watch. Texas is going to go blue in my lifetime. It didn't. It won't. But like the big cities are pretty purple and blue. So it's the burbs that are, the wilderness.
But
that is
seriously, I consider that to be an upgrade on the pressing. And when I was at a record store this past weekend, and I'll tell the whole story next week, I was actually considering buying Metallica 72 Seasons in a colored pressing.
In a color press. Yeah, we might. I just want to add, so they put out that when that variant came out a few years ago, it was in two colors. Translucent purple, which purple is one of my favorite colors, and translucent green. And so I never buy two of a thing. But I was like, let me buy two and maybe give it away to fans at some point. And I shelved it and I never thought about it. And then it was your birthday, and I was like, I'm gonna give him these records. And I literally was like ready to go to the post office for Christmas. Those things came late also. All the prize stuff came over late also from the last giveaway, but we'll try to do better on the next one. But I felt like you would enjoy this. And now we both have like the variant of that pressing. Each of us.
We now have a cool version of it because this is not the kind of record that's going to matter which pressing you have.
Possibly.
We're not. I haven't listened to it yet, but I assume it's not like the Columbia fire or anything like that ruined it.
Yeah. And that band just signed a record deal, so there will be a new Power Trip album with the current singer, for what it's worth. All right. Thank you very much for humoring me on that. Time for my vinyl check. Guess what I got in the mail? Boom Boom sent me some records too. Look at this D.R.I. crossover record. Previous podcast subject, D.R.I. crossover, hinted at earlier by Nick. I'm sure it's already washed and beautiful.
It's tremendous. Like I said, the thing about that record is if I'm going to listen to D.R.I., it's going to be four of a kind every time.
Yeah, high school Keefy, who only listened to like 6 records in 3 years. George Michael, Faith, Metallica, whatever was out at the time, Injustice for All, and Master of Puppets. Pink Floyd, The Wall on repeat always. Yes, 90215 and Big Generator, and like this record. this SOD, Anthrax. This is my jam. This is my wheelhouse. I love DRI. I'd like to go send you to DRI, but I'm not sure who their publicist is. And then talked about previously and now shared with me. I don't remember if you ever checked this.
I did not check. I did check that one, and I checked the updated one as well.
I have very few picture discs, but I wanted this record. Nick gifted me the My Chemical Romance, The Black Parade.
Let's not give any credit to Nick that is not due. All I paid for was the shipping. My friend Joe in Minnesota decided
Yes.
that was the most important record of all time, and I had to hear it. And so, in order for him to ensure that I heard it, he sent me a vinyl copy of it.
Shall I sing when I was a
No.
young boy?
Hey, if
Um, Yeah.
and
emo,
then they sent the picture disc by mistake.
yeah,
So he
emo-
got angry at them, and they sent me the 3-sided disc. So now Keefy has the picture disc.
emo, punk rock, metalcore, and musical theater nerds who watched Glee, but before Glee was Glee and they were living. This band is for you.
To me, they look like they look like Gen X children whose parents were way into Michael Jackson.
A little bit, but I think more like the Beatles and Sgt. Pepper, because that's what this is inspired by. But also, I saw this band struggle to bring 100 people to 125 people room in 1999, and then a few years later I saw them at Irving Plaza with 800 people, and then in 2022, after they had been broken up for a while, I saw them at Aftershock Festival in Sacramento in front of 55,000 people singing every word. So this is crazy that I have this in my collection now. Thank you, Nick. I don't have a lot of picture discs. Here's the front. Famous press.
I got a
photo.
picture disc.
If you quip more, the show goes longer. Don't rush me off the show when you make a quip every 2 seconds. Anyway, here's the back of the picture disc that I don't care about, but it's pretty cool looking. It's kind of, I forgot is it Edward Gorey is kind of the style of cartoon as well as a little bit of Tim Burton. But it's pretty damn cool. I like it. And this was the closing song, if you remember, of the Watchmen movie, which I'm a huge fan of and is probably my third or fourth favorite comic book movie of all time. And that's my vinyl check. Nick.
Is Ben Stiller in that movie?
He is not. You're thinking of Mystery Men. I'm talking about Watchmen from the
Who's in
famous
Watchmen?
comic book from the 80s. Blue Penis. Have you never seen the Blue Penis movie?
No.
All right, then. You don't know what I'm talking about. Don, do you know Alan Moore and Watchmen? Please fucking save us.
No, I don't. Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not a comic book dude.
We're not as old as you.
Launching my new podcast with Omar Cuttis and Ken Pierce of Piercing Metal next week. Anyway, go ahead.
Who's going ahead? Oh,
news check.
My news check is going to be a quick one. The Metallica Sphere tickets are now regressing to the mean. It is not a tremendous price, but they are now getting to less than, oh my good God, what the hell's wrong with you? They are now cheaper than Eagles tickets at Sphere. So that's my news for the week. Don?
Was the news you chose to lead with? Fuck.
Yes.
Well, my news today is that Steve Harris evidently is embarrassed. Steve Harris is embarrassed of the Iron Maiden documentary that is about to come out called Burning Ambition. When he was recently asked about it, he was very quick when talking to He Who Shall Remain Unnamed, because I refuse to say his name out loud because he might show up, interviewing this guy on his radio show. Steve Harris was asked about the documentary. He says, just to be clear, this was about us, not by us. And that rose some eyebrows. And so they were like, what do you mean going on? And he said that he was under the impression that the documentary was going to be strictly about the fans. That's how it was presented to him. But that the documentary took a turn without them really being made aware that it was taking a turn and being more about the Iron Maiden band and history and whatnot. And he said, all I can say is that there's some history in there, but you'll have to decide for yourself.
So it followed the Kiss Loves You turn.
Yes, exactly. So it's one of those things. So now, of course, I want to see it even more, but this kind of does raise a little bit of not concern, but in Keefy, I'd like to hear him weigh in on this, is that the kind of ethical gray area of documentary making, and to me, like this is kind of in line with people who do unauthorized biographies, like where like they're pulling from other sources and this, that, and the other, not always on par or telling the truth. But anyway, long story short, I think it's going to be interesting watch, but I thought it was very interesting to see that their PR people, everything was pushing this documentary. And now Harris himself is saying, it's not us. It's about us.
Yeah. So I'm going to weigh in on this and then
please do.
Then give my news check. So you see this a lot with biographies. They sign off on everything. They do all the interviews, all the data is collected. They talk to everyone involved, and then they don't like how it's turning out, so they distance themselves. This is dumb. This is dumb by Steve Harris.
Thank you. Yes.
This was put on by Rod Smallwood. They gave full permission. They were all interviewed. This is absolute bollocks, as they would say. This is bloody terrible, as Dio would say. You missed that last week, Don. And, just corny. Similar to Rex Brown saying, I never said all those things. I never signed off approval on my book. Actually, you did.
He said that. He said that to me. He said, "Don't believe everything you read. Don't believe everything you read in that book."
I love Rex. I met Rex, and he's redeemed himself in my eyes for the person he used to be. But I got to be honest with you, it was a dumb move to bag on the publisher and slag the book that is your life story. You either did or you didn't. So anyway, dumb by them. But I will give Don a pass because he's having a day. Nick doesn't get a pass. The news you should have led with. Why did you bury the lead?
I was letting you have it.
Hey, let me go, please. Let me cook. Why are you doing that, man?
Stop. You asked me a question.
It was rhetorical. You buried the lead. And I don't care about Metallica in the Sphere anymore. I'm talked out about it. Honestly, I'm pissed. I'd rather go to Connecticut. Iron Maiden is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You both said they were not going to get in.
I did say that.
I know, but the real question is, will Bruce Dickinson complain about it on stage?
Yes. Look, in order for my personal penance, instead of eating crow, I will drink Old Crow and Coke.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but like this is the main story. We got to get better at this. Like the number one news story, Nick, is going to fall to you. So like.
Yeah, I'm a little off my game today, but
you're allowed. You're allowed,
and
you have the pressure of leading the series. So, like, we waited for you. You were sick last week. I'll give you a break. And I'm sorry you're going through what you're going through. But,
thank you, Keefy.
So Iron Maiden makes the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And so I'm really, I'm as a fan, I think this is well, just, and deserved, long overdue. Remember, the criteria is 25 years after a band first releases music, not when they form. And Iron Maiden is 50 years old, which means the Hall of Fame is late by about 22 fucking years. But this was amazing. I actually left the house and I was out shopping, and then I came home and found out about it. So I was behind everybody on getting the news out. But here is the inductees. We're just going to talk about them really briefly. Iron Maiden is in. Phil Collins. Okay. Fuck yeah. Oasis. Okay. Wu-Tang Clan. Enter the Wu.
Yes.
Billy Idol.
We talked about that at length.
Joy Division and New Order. Surprise. I didn't think they were going to get in.
You said that they would probably get in this time due to the fact that they packaged the pair.
They packaged the pair last year and they didn't make it to the finals.
I am super happy about that one, by the way.
Yeah, this is great.
That's a long time coming.
Ian Curtis gets his day. All the other bands put out Peter Hook put out a statement today, like, I'm overcome with joy. This goes out to Ian, like, beautifully done. Maiden commented they were thrilled and appreciative of all the fans and everything else. Also getting in, Sade. But people.
I learned today Sade was a band and not a person.
It is, but her name is Sade Adu.
Her name is Sade, but yeah,
name
the band.
So it's okay. So it's like,
but
one
like
of those...
again, one record that is a huge record and nothing else. Her whole career.
Be like Seal getting in. Is Seal in? Seal's probably in now that I say that.
I don't know. He has more hit songs than she does, and certainly more platinum records. Anyway,
yeah, but he doesn't have that many.
But I haven't fucked to Seal records.
I have fucked to Seal records, so
Dude, you ain't fucked until you fucked to Sade, baby.
I fucked a Testament record.
Luther Vandross.
I don't.
Luther Vandross absolutely deserves to be in. Did I think he was going to get in? But it's great that he's in.
He deserves. He deserves.
Black,
I'm surprised he
gay,
made it.
legendary R&B singer.
Wait, he's
amazing
gay?
for him. He was gay as fuck.
He was gay. Yeah.
Really?
Closeted.
I didn't know
all
that.
the time. Early Influence Award. Saya Cruz, brilliant. And I'm sure you're not a Latin jazz person or salsa and salseros, but Saya Cruz, one of the greatest 10 singers of all time. Fela Kuti, long overdue inspirational artist.
Incredible. Yes.
Queen Latifah and MC Lyte getting in together. These are your first ladies of hip hop. Have to be in. Graham Parsons. Don's story about Graham Parsons haunted me the entire Joshua Tree trip.
Did you ask anybody about that? Or
Yeah, I didn't have to. Every Uber driver was like, "Hey, have you heard the story about Graham Parsons setting himself on fucking fire and then his corpse being kidnapped, his burnt fucking corpse? What the fuck?" Anyway,
You're like, Don told me this already. Shut up.
So here's the Musical Excellence Award. And again, I think you just have everybody be in and there's no little awards, but whatever. Linda Creed, Arif Martin, well-deserved. Jimmy Miller, Rick Rubin, fine. Rick Rubin deserves to be in. And Ed Sullivan for the industry award named for the rapist, president and owner of Atlantic Records. I don't talk about that guy except in mentioning he's a rapist.
That guy. Yeah.
So, like, who didn't get in that was snubbed or not snubbed in this, that we discussed in our other episode? We said Black Crowes, Pink, Mariah Carey snubbed again, Lauryn Hill, I'm glad she's not in, In Excess, who I thought were going to get in over Joy Division and New Order, but they did not. Shakira, surprising. New Edition, which had led the fan vote the entire way. New Edition from the beginning to the end.
Oh, so they're they're this year's Iron Maiden from last year.
They are this year's Iron Maiden. Maybe they will get it next year.
Good reference.
And did I already say Shakira?
Yeah.
Shakira.
So like,
for me, not giant snubs, but
Pink, Jeff Buckley, Black Crowes, Lauryn Hill, Mariah Carey, New Edition, Shakira, Melissa Etheridge did not get in. 17 people. This was the biggest class ever. Just really quick, 1 second reaction. What is one band that is not in that should get in next year? Now that Maiden is in, we can stop yelling about them.
Weird Al Yankovic.
You can continue with that. Sure. Don.
Yeah.
Oh my! You mean off this list or just in general?
No, not off this list. Just in general, who's gonna get in next year that didn't get in?
Next year, not Weird Al. I'm sorry, no, that's wrong.
I
mean, Weird Al's been an artist for 45 fucking years. He deserves it,
but he should have been in 20 fucking years ago.
Okay, Nick, do you have an alternate beside Weird Al?
I'm gonna go ahead and say Mariah Carey gets in next year. I just don't. She's just too popular to keep her out.
The Queen of Christmas, Don.
That's who I was gonna throw out.
All right. Yeah. And I'll be the outlier and say Alice in fucking Chains, or I'm gonna murder a fucking person, bro. Anyway,
is Priest in already?
It's not that serious. Yeah, Priest is in. It's not that serious, bro. It's just not that serious.
It is to me.
It very much is. Yeah.
No, it is not. It is not that serious.
Really quick, last roundup of the news stuff. This weekend is Record Store Day. I may or may not be doing. I think I'm gonna do a Record Store Day. We're gonna do a Record Store Day in our next Chaser in 2 weeks. But I'm going to do a Record Store Day thing probably next week, like a recap of my purchases and what I saw and what I thought. My good friend Tom of Main Street Jukebox in Stroudsburg, PA, made a very lengthy post about not participating anymore because it's becoming gross and greedy. He would have had to shell out like $20,000+ and not even know what he was getting. I think that's very shitty. I would like to get him on as a guest in general, just to talk about record stores. Don't know if he would like to be celebrated and talking about the negativity of Record Store Day while we're enjoying Record Store Day, but like
but we enjoy Record Store Day out of both sides of our face.
That's correct. And also, so Record Store Day this weekend, please support your local stores. And if your store is not doing Record Store Day, please and kindly you can always buy something else that's not, maybe not a Record Store Day release.
Keefy, what record store are you going to for sure this weekend for Record Store Day?
I am absolutely going once again to the next Record Store Day, the next record store, formerly known as the Last Record Store in Santa Rosa, California. At least one.
Don, where are you headed for certain?
I am actually heading to Kilgore Trouts this year because Fresh to Retro, it was too new. They came in too late into the year to actually
Oh,
qualify for Record Store Day. But how cool of them! They are having an after Record Store Day celebration. So when people are done at Record Store Day, they can go over to Fresh to Retro. They're gonna have free drinks. They're gonna have some food. They've got a bunch of stuff on sale. They're gonna have some prizes. So it's kind of cool that they're going to be in the spirit. But I've got my eye on one prize for Record Store Day, and I'm heading straight over to Kilgore Trouts. We're hoping they'll have it.
is it the four banger?
Is it the what?
Is it the four banger?
No, no. It's almost you guys like it's Dog's Eye View debut album on vinyl.
I am going definitely to Planet Score Records because they are going to have free beer. Free
Are
beer
you
from
is
Four
that
Hands
Pink
Brewing.
Floyd? Is that Pink Floyd live record your number one pick for Record
That's the
Store Day?
only thing I'm buying. If I can't get it, I get nothing.
What about
Yeah,
you, Don?
that's that same thing. The Dog's Eye View, Happy Nowhere. It's one of my favorite folk rock. It's like folk pop. You know what they were? They came out around that time, the Wallflowers and all that stuff. You know, Counting
They
Crows.
were just the one band that didn't break.
And they were the one band that didn't break. You
They
know,
also
and
I thought you were going to
reminded
say
me a lot
Waffle
of
House.
they reminded me a lot of the Hooters, and the Hooters also never got. They had like that one hit, and that was
that's
it.
It
exactly
seems
what,
very
because
strange. We've never talking about restaurants till just right now.
Hooters is the Hooters is a band, not Hooters
yes,
the wing place
Come on, it's
with
funny.
titties. It's not funny. You're not
but
Fine.
funny.
Keefy, yeah,
I love you,
yes,
but
it was
you're not humorous. You really aren't.
no,
Stop trying to be me. Be yourself. Be smart and the quip guy. But like your jokes have landed flat like 6 weeks in a row. Kind of listen back objectively. Your shit's not funny. I love you though. I love you. I love you, but you're not funny.
I think it's funny.
Well,
so.
my
Anyway,
num
to finish what I'm sorry to finish what you're saying is that yeah, they kind of were like the Hooters and that they had that kind of like a pop folk rock kind of thing, but like every song besides the hit was a banger. You know that they
that's
just
also true.
it went flat. So that's going to
Yeah.
be my
What
go
was
for.
their hit? Because I remember Dog's Eye View, but I can't. It's not. I'm not placing it.
Same.
Everything falls apart.
Oh yeah.
Everything falls apart till I
So
put
yeah,
it back
that's enough.
together. And yep,
That's
sorry.
enough. Please, 10 seconds or less, please. We're not trying to get kicked off of YouTube. My number one pick among all the things that I really want is that Fear Factory Digimortal. Not their best record, but I love that record a lot. Probably their most brutal song is on there, Blue Skin. And what else? What else? I went to go see Weed Eater. I almost wore the hat today. Actually, I have the hat right here. Weed Eater and Conan and Telekinetic Yeti last week after the pod with Nick. It was fabulous.
So envious.
It was fabulous.
And that video that you sent, by the way, they sounded fucking fantastic.
Were they playing the 8-string V's?
Is this you're talking about Telekinetic Yeti?
Yeah, Yeti.
Well,
yeah.
there's one guitarist and drummer. So yeah, he had the V. Yeah,
What's so metal?
I literally my neck and back and shoulder and guitar hand were so in pain after that show, and I sat the whole show and I had a
Bang over, baby. You can't beat
Such
a
a
good
bang
bang
over.
over.
Well, I'm getting too old for these shits, man.
So am I, dude. I'm
My
going to
body is not
encourage-
holding up for these things.
That's why when
And-
my friend Trey goes to shows with me, he yells, "You're so stoic. You need to move." No, I do not, sir.
No, I have to move.
I'm just
it.
gonna sit. I'm gonna
If I
sit here
did-
with my arms folded.
If this was my last day on Earth, I could move a lot, but it's not. I have to
Yeah.
go on and live tomorrow. I cannot.
Look, man, it ain't a
that's
good
funny.
show until you're slathering Ben Gay all over you.
I
and
am
then going to
funny.
urgent care.
I am funny. I
Jury's
will
out.
die there. No, it's not. The jury came
100%.
back. Jury came back and said, "He's funny. Now you funny too."
Hung jury, just like you. Funny looking, maybe.
Oh.
Anyway, so two last news pieces because it's important. Our friend of the show, Duncan Evans, writer for Ghost Cult and co-host of the DMA with Nick, his new record is coming out in September, and he dropped a brand new single today called Deathless as we record this on a Wednesday. Duncan Evans and the Weeping Starlight single Deathless from his new album, The World is a War Zone, due on September 18th, day after my birthday, Widowbird Records. I think I pre-ordered it already.
You know, I have not heard that thing yet. I heard the first single. That's all I've heard. He did not send me a copy.
That's interesting.
Duncan.
Well, I mean, it's very expensive to send a copy to you. Unless,
You
he's
just
got,
send me- you just
unless
send
he
me
has
files.
English package coming to you.
No, I have not done an English package in a couple of years because of stupid ass.
Yeah, I know. And anyway, I am a couple of years. I thought last year. I am going to trace Nick's footsteps by going to Milwaukee in the beginning of June. Book the trip getting approved, going to the Milwaukee Metalfest. I'm finally going to see Acid Bath and Macabre and a bunch of other bands I love. I'm going to go to a Brewers game. I'm going to go to all the record stores, and I'm pretty excited about it. That's going to be.
Did I tell you about the microbrew place?
You did, but we'll reconvene when I get closer to the
Okay,
show.
I'm gonna have to Google their name, but
Okay.
it's really good.
Yeah, good. I'm going to go to a Brewers game. I'm going to go shopping with records. I'm going to try to see if I can get together with Tom from 20 Watt Tombstone and hang out with him. And yeah, do all the things. So I'm very excited.
You won't get to go to an Admirals game. I went to an Admirals game.
I don't know what that is. Is that
the hockey?
Football? Oh no,
hockey.
Because it's June and there's no hockey in June. There's no crying in baseball except the finals. Our teams don't play in June.
My team played in June once.
Yeah, my college team plays in February and March all the time. BU, but like Rangers.
You went to BU? Why'd you ever mention it?
You know, I lived in Boston for 10 years.
No way.
Did you know I'm from New York City?
I thought you lived in San Francisco your entire life.
I did all the cool things. No one else
New
did.
York City.
Is that where you get the salsa? You know, I'm going to point out, I have been thinking about that New York City salsa thing. There's so many Hispanics and Mexicans up there. They probably have good damn salsa.
Yeah. If you go to a restaurant, you get primo food, bro. And there's so many different subdivisions, Rush reference, even though I don't like those lyrics, but subdivisions of different types of Latinos in New York City that you can get an array of different kinds of food, not just one kind of food.
Here it's just Mexican.
But I know. Is it Tex-Mex or is it Mex?
Yes.
That was funny. That was funny. See, your reactions are funny.
I actually snorted.
Jokes.
Admittedly,
Don Chortle.
My quips are funnier than my straight up jokes. Admittedly.
I mean, my dad was the funniest guy I ever knew. He was hilariously funny, and he could do what he did was observational humor because he loved Carlin and stuff, and Robert Klein, and what's the guy who was the intercom bellman on Rhoda? Carlton, your doorman, Stephen Wright.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody loses buttons. Nobody ever loses a buttonhole like that. That was my dad. Like, what'd you just say? Anyway, that's my news check. Shirt check, Nick. Work on being funnier.
Game over. Dun, 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 kitty.
It's a kitty meme. Game over, dude. Game over.
That's that is a 16-bit rendering of a video from 1985 of a cat playing the piano. John.
Fantastic. Dead and Company Fall Run 2019, 2 nights in a row at Hampton Coliseum. I was told there was a great shows. Keefy.
I feel like I've seen that shirt in my childhood on a friend of my brother's. My brother was such a big Deadhead. He ruined the band for me.
It's actually like a reprint of an old Dead shirt, that they did for just the Dead and Co thing. Yeah, they used to do that whenever they did like a fall run of shows. They always called it the Fun Run. So
the Fun Run.
Yeah,
okay.
Fun Run.
Okay. My shirt check is Converge Jane Doe, and I got this at a discount from the Death Wish Inc. store. All right. I guess it's time for Don to lead the series. Do we want to do the albums of 1976 first, or do you want to not?
No, let's do them first, and then we can go right into the album.
I don't think we've done 76, so it works out really well.
Yeah, this will be fun.
The Sabbath series. That's how long ago this was.
We didn't do the albums of the year back then.
We didn't. No. All right. So the reason Keefy the historian likes to do this, I think it's interesting to A-B these things. I don't have the list in the greatest form that I had before, but here are some records that came out in 1976. Previous podcast subject, Grand Funk Railroad, Born to Die. Somehow a platinum record I do not like.
Somehow they also played Shea Stadium and sold it out faster than the Beatles.
That is somehow true. Third album by Bad Company, Run with the Pack, not memorable.
No.
Black Sabbath compilation, We Sold Our Souls for Rock and Roll. These are not in alphabetical order, so we're going to be going around. Golden Earrings album, To the Hilt.
No, thank you.
Yeah, no.
Leonard Skinner, classic, Give Me Back My Bullets. There's a band we probably should do in the future.
Yes and yes and yes.
Mm,
The 9th and final album by James Gang, Please Come Home, don't remember it.
No.
The band Sweet, Give Us a Wink. I have a feeling Don had this.
I might have that. Has that got Ballroom Blitz? I have Ballroom Blitz.
Maybe.
I only had the one that had Ballroom Blitz, but I had it on cassette. So
I bought it off Discogs like an idiot.
Wishbone Ash, Locked In.
Nope.
Good band, though. Previous podcast subject, Destroyer by Kiss. Their best
Nope.
album of the studio albums.
No, it is not.
Yeah, it is.
mm,
Future podcast subject, Judas Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny.
Great title, no.
great album.
Previous podcast subject, Thin Lizzy, Jailbreak.
Yes, I have a UK press that I got from
Incredible.
Japan.
Great
Future
record.
podcast subject, Led Zeppelin, Presence.
Yep.
Also, future podcast subject, Rush 2112, the album I learned to play all of when I was 15.
Yes, I do.
Couple of others, Fantagraph Generator, Budgie, Jethro Tull, Too Old to Rock and Roll, Too Young to Die.
Jethro Tull is the most overrated old fart flute band in the history of old fart flute bands.
I love Jethro Tull, dude. Seriously.
Are they overrated or are they properly rated?
You know, I'll be honest. I think they're overrated, but
Thank you. That's all I
but
said.
overrated. But some overrated bands are still great bands. I mean,
I didn't say bad. I said overrated.
Yeah, overrated. Not
Very much so.
overrated, the debut album by the Ramones, phenomenal.
Overrated.
banger.
Wrong.
The Ramones have never been overrated.
Debut
dude, ever.
album by Crocus, not bad.
Crocus is how old? 758?
50 years old.
Damn.
The 4th album, and probably their last really great one, by Aerosmith, Rocks. Future
Yep.
podcast subject, Aerosmith.
Not a great record.
Love that record. It's their best one.
Overrated.
Future podcast subject, Rainbow Rising.
Got it.
With Dio.
Great.
Great.
I think I have it. Pretty sure I have it. Maybe.
Hopefully, future podcast subject, Blue Oyster Cult, Agents of Fortune, one of their best records.
Saw them at Ribfest, but I don't have that record.
That's a great record. UFO, No Heavy Petting. Speaking of very overrated bands.
Yes, very overrated.
Very overrated, Eddie Trunk. I'm sorry.
I
I'm not sorry.
never liked them.
I never thought they were great. They're very Hall of Very Good. Uriah
Not
Heep
even.
and Mighty, much better than UFO is Uriah Heep. I'd take every
Also,
single
Hall of Very Almost Good.
I think they're pretty good. Alice Cooper Goes to Hell.
I have that. It's not
Terrible
tremendous.
record. It's got 2 good songs on it.
That
Yeah.
disco song's pretty good.
Well, it had the misfortune of coming out after Welcome to My Nightmare, and it's apparently a continuation of Welcome to My Nightmare. No one knows this, including Alice. Yet
It
another,
is?
yeah, apparently, yet another Grand Funk Railroad album in the same year, just a few months later. Good singing, good playing. No, thank you.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, we did it on the podcast. You have?
No, we did not.
I think we did.
Did we? I don't think so.
I thought we did it.
Grand
all.
Funk Railroad. Was this before or after Bruce Kulick? I'm just kidding.
I don't know why we did that. Why did we do that? Oh, yeah, because I was seeing them live with Lawyer Wife with Bruce Kulick.
It was a mistake series. The
Yes, it was.
future podcast subject, the debut studio album by Boston, self-titled,
Nope,
even though Tom Schlotz is an idiot.
Overrated as fuck, but that is a great record.
The first 4 Boston records can fuck with any band of that era. I'm sorry, not sorry, including
Did
Zeppelin.
you know the real quick quip here is that the first Boston album is one of the first classic rock records where every song was played on FM radio, regardless if they were a single or not. Every song on
That's because they rule, and you don't know any.
and every song on that album.
Yeah, it's
Should've
unfuckwittable.
been
It's
a
a
hit
10 of
song.
10.
It's incredible.
Hawkwind, this album sucks. It's astounding sounds, amazing music, garbage. ACDC
Hawkwind.
had 2 records this year, officially in 76. We'll do the next one next week, Dirty Deeds. Rush, All the World's a Stage live album, no thanks. Ted Nugent, Free For
Got it.
All. Somebody was commenting today like Maiden is in and Ted Nugent isn't. Fuck Ted Nugent.
So the world makes sense again.
Yeah, future podcast subject, Led Zeppelin, the song remains the same.
I have the 4-disc expanded version now.
That's dope. Former podcast subject and horrendous album, Technical Ecstasy by Black Sabbath.
I got rid of that, but I'm gonna have to buy it again.
Former
no,
pod-
you don't.
Former
I need
pod-
all of them because I have all the other songs, all the other albums without Ozzy, so I have to get all the Ozzy ones.
You do.
It's only fair.
Former podcast subject, Johnny the Fox by Thin Lizzy, their 7th album.
Don't have that.
I never heard that one, to be honest.
It is great.
I have heard that. It's good. It's really good.
It's great. Former, maybe a
No
future
Black Rose.
podcast series. Styx, Crystal Ball.
I
don't
think I
even
have
remember
that. Pretty
one.
sure I have that one.
Also,
I mean, does anybody remember any Styx record? You remember 2 songs off every Styx record?
probably.
Who, me?
Everyone.
Oh, no, man. Pictures of Eight and Grand Illusion is all you need.
Really? I remember 3 songs off each of those records. The 3 good ones. And I love Styx.
Oh, wow. You know what? I think you're right.
No
'cause I
one
was just
says
trying
they
to
love
name them in
Styx.
my head.
I love
Except-
Styx.
I
Except their
fucking love
parents.
Styx. I love new Styx also. I love Lawrence
I
Gowan.
don't love new Styx. I like new Dennis DeYoung.
I think Lawrence Gowan is awesome.
You're both wrong, both horrible. Anyway, former podcast subject and maybe redo podcast subject, Rock and Roll Over by Kiss, my favorite Kiss record.
We should do Kiss Again, and no, that album is terrible.
We should do Kiss again,
You're-
but just so
you're
you know,
wrong.
the best Kiss record ever was Creatures of the Night.
No, the best Kiss
Um,
record ever is the debut.
No, all no.
Wrong.
No, and no.
Oh, it's okay. You
Um,
know what? Kiss series next week. Fight time. It's just going to be final fight the whole time. It's going to be a 2D beat 'em up brawler where we have to fight each other, 3-way dance, or other kinds. At the
Steel
end.
cage match, folding chairs.
Definitely. War Games, The Match Beyond, 2 rings, 1 giant cage. Sorry, Keefy.
Are you done?
I want to keep going on this, but
You know why my face is so red today? I think my blood pressure is through the roof. Anyway, Nazareth playing the game, terrible.
they have 1 record and it's not that one.
It ain't that. It's the 2 songs on that one first record. Anyway,
Is that Jim? That's not Jim Dandy. Who?
What?
no?
Okay.
What are you talking about? He's not here, sir.
Scorpions, Virgin Killer, with a terrible album cover, but
Oh
a
my
pretty good
Lord.
album. Like a
Great
fucking
record.
embarrassing.
I don't much
How did
care
they-
for the Scorpions.
Well, that's your problem.
Just because I haven't heard that much. I don't blame them. I blame me.
Scorpions series in 2028. Deep
That's fair.
Purple, Maiden in Europe, which is great. A great live album.
How many Made in?
killer.
It's like that's like their series, the Made in series.
Sort of.
That's the one with Coverdale and Hughes. Fucking
No, that's
monster.
Last
No,
Concert in
Coverdale.
Japan.
Coverdale and
And
Black.
I have that on Japanese pressing.
Was it? Yeah, no, but Hughes was in that lineup too.
Yeah, Coverdale, Hughes, and the new kid,
I
not
think he had quit the band. and
Richie.
I think Glover was back in for this album.
Oh,
but I can
you
double
might
check.
be right.
I might be. Former podcast subject, A Day at the Races by Queen, their only other good album.
Yeah, I have that one.
And let's just talk really quick because I'm fascinated by such things. Bands that formed in this year.
Huh?
This is going to make you feel pretty old.
New segment just dropped.
Except
Ugh.
Black
Great.
Flag,
I can take him or leave him sometimes.
Diamond
Yeah.
Head,
Overrated.
Foreigner.
Yeah.
Previous podcast subject, Foreigner.
Underrated.
Friends of the show.
Roy
Men-
Thomas Baker.
The Mentors.
Wait a minute. Did somebody call me?
I actually so like I was watching YouTube to go to sleep the other night. I woke up in the middle of the goddamn night, and there is Roy Thomas Baker staring at me. I don't know how I got there. I started on Mafia Tales, and there's Roy Thomas Baker.
That is horrendous. Other bands that
Not a
formed,
joke.
The Mentors, Quiet Riot,
Yeah.
Pat Travers.
Future podcast subject again. Quiet Right all the
I
way.
don't want to redo Quiet Riot.
Top
I
to
know
bottom.
I'm not the nicest guy, but like if you have any care for me, please don't make me do that one again. Sorry, Don, sorry you. Let's see. The Clash.
Yeah. I like
Thor,
Clash.
the band Thor from Canada.
Not
John
Odin.
Michael Thor, Weird Al Yankovic,
Yes.
and the band.
That another one rides the bus?
That is.
And the
yeah.
band Zoetrope. Bands that broke up this year include Deep Purple after that album, New York Dolls, and Steppenwolf.
If I could go back to the Deep Purple comment, Deep Purple reforms. I'm going to use air quotes on that because like some drummer or some singer that was neither the classic drummer nor Ian Gillan nor David Coverdale somehow got the name and went on a tour in the early 80s as Deep Purple, playing only songs by Deep Purple that no one had ever heard.
We'll
And then
talk about this.
then the other Deep Purples sued
Yes, the notable death of this year was Tommy Bolin of
Deep Purple.
Deep Purple and James Gang at
Real quick,
25.
to answer Nick's question, that was actually Rod Evans, who actually was the vocalist for Captain Beyond. which was like the super group that was
That sounds
Captain
like a really
Beyond.
terrible 50s sci-fi show where like a dude is riding in a rocket with a sparkler coming out the ass of it.
I'm going to challenge you guys at some point to listen to that album. It is banger town, I promise you. But anyway, Rod Evans left Captain Beyond,
Is
went on
that
tour.
Bangertown, Lancashire?
It's Deep Purple. It's North Dakota.
Bangertown, North Dakota. It sounds more like Bangertown, Lancashire. See, I'm funny. I'm funny.
Okay, Don, your time to shine. Are you ready?
All right, I am ready. Yes,
Do it, Doug.
indeed. So, all right, we are kicking it off. ACDC. High Voltage. I can't say enough about this album. This is one of those albums that after not hearing it for a while in full, I went back and listened to it and I was like, this is the ACDC I wish I would have heard first. But if you're our age and our generation, it was almost impossible because
And
we
in
were
our
going to hear.
side of the world too.
Right. We were only going to hear Back in Black pretty much, but it is a great album. The information on the album is fantastic. The personnel, we had Bon Scott, Angus Young, Malcolm Young. We had Mark Evans, who played bass on tracks 1 through 6. And did not know this, but George Young played bass guitar on the song High Voltage.
That's their
And
older brother,
that's the older brother
the
who
one that
was.
Angus like idolized.
Yeah, he was like their George Martin, basically. Like and then Bob Bailey played bass on Little Love and She's Got Balls, and then Tom Carenti played drums on Little Lover, She's Got Balls, and High Voltage. This was a very weird time for ACDC. Actually, not even a weird time for ACDC. This was a weird time for ACDC to come out to the in the general public, because what they were seeing, they were getting the ACDC that we probably know. This was going into you're talking early lineups, you're talking early versions of songs that were kind of thrown together, and so it's a very confusing discography. And I think Nick and I actually talked about this as well. um, I've yet to see a band that had such a complicated discography.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things we're going to talk about a lot next week is I remember it was 1983 or 4, and we're listening to Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, and I couldn't understand what he was saying. I thought he was saying Dirty Deeds Dunder Mifflin Cheap or something. I don't know. And that album didn't even come out in the States until years after Bond died. So it's like
Yeah.
it's like they blew up in America well after they should have. So it's like, and I think, and I realize now that I'm saying this out loud, that's why AC/DC was able to complete the lead singer swap. Because in
Absolutely.
America, we didn't know. All of a sudden, we get Back in Black. We get You Shook Me. And we're all like, oh my God, this is amazing. Not realizing that AC/DC had been going on for 6 years at this point,
Mhm.
perfecting that.
Well, the other thing too is that we had, ACDC coming out, like you said. I mean, according to the news, the history, and whatever, is that, ACDC didn't even have their first full headlining North American tour until the last album that Bon Scott was alive for, and that was Highway to Hell. So the States didn't even really get a full on taste of ACDC and what they were. But at the same time, the people in America who did get to see ACDC with Bon Scott for that first time, they saw ACDC and it's like, I mean, they were a machine at that point. They were
The first
monsters.
time I ever heard AC/DC Highway to Hell was on Roseanne. It was
That's weird.
Becky had just moved out of the apartment and they were cleaning out or out of their house and they were cleaning up her room and Roseanne picks it up. She goes, "Oh, AC/DC Highway to Hell." And even then, the FM radio in America wasn't playing it. We were only playing the Bon Scott. We were only playing the Scott Johnson stuff. Scott Johnson,
Brian Johnson.
Brian Johnson. God damn. Sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah, so the album was released on May 14th in 76. It was recorded at Albert Studios in Sydney, Australia. The runtime is 44 minutes and 23 seconds. And which in my opinion is like chef's kiss, pretty much perfect amount for a truly great record. If you can't get it done in under 45 minutes at this time, you know.
One song too many for me.
So
Not that
the
there's
inter-
one I would take away, but just one song too many.
so the international release in 76 was the album. That album was actually considered to be a compilation. So it was because Atlantic Records, basically what they did was they combined tracks from the two Australia only releases, which was High Voltage and TNT, and they combined those to create a single album. And so, basically you had Atlantic saying these are what we think are the better songs. Very rarely do I actually believe this a lot of times, but the label was right. I really do. I feel like the label had ears for this one, and they picked the right songs. And especially if you hear the songs, in the other iterations of the album, it's yeah. What?
Did you know there's a third cover?
Yeah.
I did not till right now. This fucking pink and purple.
Keefy sent that to us
bullshit.
yesterday.
I sent
Keefy
it in
sent
the
that
thread
yesterday.
the other day, but I know you really only pay attention to you.
It's the one that looks like it looks like it's
It looks like the cover of Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, Australian, but purple and pink. And that is not true, Keefy. There are times where I'm closer and times where I'm farther away, just like everybody. Sometimes I look down and there's 40 fucking messages from you two chipmunks.
Dude, I spent 30 minutes backtracking to catch up, but that's how we roll. It's good.
Wow.
But
Okay.
so anyway, so the compilation approach is what they did when they relied heavier on the TNT album, obviously, because and Nick and I both agreed with this, was that TNT of the two was definitely
Good.
the better of the albums.
It's the good one.
Yeah. So the track breakdown, we talked about this a little bit ago, was that the international version featured only 2 songs from the Australian pressing and 6 songs from TNT. The rest of the songs all ended up eventually coming out in compilations, and also I think the majority of them. Let me make sure I'm saying this right. Yes, ended up being on 74 Jailbreak. So
It's really confusing to me that High Voltage wasn't on High Voltage.
yeah, High Voltage was not on the original High Voltage, which was weird because then you had TNT, then you did the other,
Which has TNT.
right, and then you did the other High Voltage, but then
Which
they
has
released
TNT.
then they released Jailbreak as a single without an album. Then they put out 74 Jailbreak with the songs that weren't on the other. It's a clusterfuck, if you're an album collector and a schmooze like Nick is, like, where it's game because you can get so many different things, but yeah, like way too many albums. Yeah, way too many going on. But we're doing the one that we all know. And as far as the standardization, it wasn't until Highway to Hell that ACDC's album tracks listings became standardized, because the label thought they were finally big enough to have an exclusive worldwide release. So it's fucked up to think about this, is that ACDC was a band that long, put that many albums out already. And it wasn't until Highway to Hell that Atlantic said, okay, you know what? We think you guys are okay enough that we'll let you put one record out for the whole world.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. This is a band that's been playing now stadiums for 20 years. Not arenas, but stadiums.
Yeah. So
It took them a while to get there, but
it totally, well, it's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll.
rock and roll. And they wanted to be a rock and roll singer, and here we are. And
Yeah.
But I mean, one of the things about ACDC that I really, really love, before we get into in next bit, is they are willing to let the heart grow fonder.
Yes.
So many bands are not willing to do that. ACDC is like, okay, we're going to tour on this album, and then we're going to go skiing and snowboarding and touring the mosaics of northern Italy. And then I'll call somebody and see about maybe a riff. And so many bands, Kiss, Styx, Cheap Trick, don't let you miss them. And if you let people miss you, you can play bigger rooms.
And AC/DC was also a band that was uncompromising, which was I always liked to equate ACDC with the Ramones in the sense that they had a formula, they stuck to it regardless if it was good all the time, much like the Ramones, but like ACDC had a formula and they adhered to it. And we learned to, like, it was like a McDonald's hamburger. It's going to taste the same in Peoria as it's going to taste in London, because it's the consistency of it. So they
It
they
tastes
kept
different
it.
in London because they have different salt.
They tasted the same to me because I had a cheese. Anyway, all that beside. So the touring interesting was the touring detail real quick of the album was super interesting was that they did a total of 91 shows, mainly focused in the UK. They were supposed to actually tour as a support act for the band called Backstreet Crawler, who was
Oh,
led by,
oh,
yeah, who
yeah.
was led by
Paul Kossoff.
Paul Kossoff, right. But then he died before
And then and
before
then they became Crawler.
that's right.
I
They
have at
did.
least Duncan sent me at least one of the Crawler records. I have at least one.
But so they ended up going through the tour. The tour was called the Lock Up Your Daughters Tour. And they did a 53-minute set. And this was great, is that joining them on the tour was a DJ who played music along with videos of other bands. So that was like the tour. It was super weird. I would have loved to have seen it though. Um, anyway, they did a long run. They did a run of that. They really didn't leave the UK. That was where they were really trying to break in the UK, and they were very successful doing so. Um, and that is and real quick, set list from the show in the Marquee London. We had Livewire, Rock and Roll Singer. She's Got Balls. School Day, which is the Chuck Berry cover. We had Problem Child, The Jack, Rocker, Soul Stripper, High Voltage, closing with Baby Please Don't Go, which I had no idea was by someone named Joe Williams' Washboard Blues Singers. Who the fuck thought that was a good idea?
They're the
Like,
greatest band of all time.
that
I mean,
name.
it's a very well covered song. Like Zeppelin, everybody does it.
Oh,
Like
it's an
it's weird.
incredible
It's
song.
weird that
Yeah.
you would make that comment, but okay.
Well, no. I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about the band name.
The band name is best name ever. It's a
Like the
tremendous name.
band, who thought that was a good idea to name their band the Washboard Blues Singers? I just
What should they be? The Wash Tub Blues Singers? That's stupid.
or could just be could have just been Joe Williams. But you know what? Hats
Joe
off to Joe
Williams is
Williams.
Blues Singers is.
Well, but hats off to Joe Williams for not having an ego. So anyway, all right. So now we move into the track listing. So kicking it off with "It's a Long Way to the Top If You Want to Rock and Roll." And I'm going to do things different because I'm going to throw it over to you guys first, and then I will go last. So let's start with Nick. Nick, it's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll.
What can I say that hasn't already been said about this song? I have heard this song in so many different instances. Metallica now uses this song as their it's their intro song. I have heard friend of the show Danny Nichols play it live with a series of live bagpipers. I have heard ACDC play this song at the then Kiel Center, now Enterprise Center, and I've of course heard it on vinyl, CD, and cassette, and on the radio. This is a classic song. It is completely unfuckwithable. Keefy.
Oh, that's my word. By the way,
I'm taking it back for all the shit you stole from us.
share. I by the way, I have a Mark Evans story because I interviewed him when his book came out. He's wonderful. Mark Evans, better than Dave Evans, formerly of Judas Priest. But anyway,
Let's not go. Let's not go.
But
to
how do they
Evans.
both compare to Ezra?
who's Ezra Evans? Is it some hockey guy or some arena football guy I don't care about?
No, better than Ezra. Come on, keep up. This is a very new reference. It's only 38 years old.
Good God. Anyway, this is my favorite AC/DC song. It's weird that it's the first song they ever put out, but I heard it as a kid on the radio. It's brilliant. There's a music video for it. Go check it out. Before the dawn of real music television, this was an actual created content for them. And it's amazing. What else can I say? It's the whole story of being in a band. That's how it goes, playing in a band. I rest my case. Best song on the album.
I don't
Also
think
true.
it's I don't think it's the best song on the album, but I will be honest.
Top 10 song for them at least.
I mean, top 5 for me at least. But I will say, if this would have been the first song I ever heard by ACDC, I think my life trajectory probably would have changed, like as a musician, because this song is so dirty. Like, and I mean by dirty, I mean like that grit. It's raw. Like, I don't know, man. It pumps you up. It's
You
such
can
a
hear
great.
the dust on the transistors.
Yes, like you can like smell it, like burning off the fucking
You can hear
tubes.
you can
Shit,
feel you can hear the tube popping
I
because everything was on 10.
And the other thing too is that it's so live. Like this is like, I mean, you're talking the the epitome of a live recorded song album in a room. And it's brilliant. Bagpipe solo, first time I ever heard bagpipes in rock and roll. Probably the last time I heard bagpipes in rock and roll. Brilliant, 10 out of 10.
Corn Shoots and Ladders.
Like I said, the only time I've ever heard.
Also in a big
I've also
country.
never heard that song. I've heard Big Country.
You've never heard Corn Shoots and Ladders.
No, I haven't.
No. I've never heard. I've never.
You-
I've only.
Okay, it's not easy to not have heard Corn, but I did it.
No, I mean I've heard Corn. I just never heard that.
I've heard some Corn. I don't like it. So
I like Corn. I eat.
I don't
corn.
like Corn. I like
Corn's
Corn on the
great.
cob. It
I like
poops
the
out
3 day,
without
I like
being.
the 3 day journey that Corn takes.
I like corn tortillas.
You don't
like
shit
Corn.
enough, and Nick shits too much. I'm right in the middle of the two. Next week, we're gonna do the tier list of shits. and
We
how
talk about our bowel
defecate.
movements in the chat way too much. Don, next song.
All right, next song we got is Rock and Roll Singer. Nick, what do you think?
Well, if you loved It's a Long Way to the Top, if you got to rock and roll, here's its stupid cousin. Still a good song. Keefy.
Same, still a good song. Not remarkable, not the best. It's not soft underbelly material. It's a good song. I think all these songs that are 5 minutes should be 4 minutes, except for A Long Way to Top It.
Yeah, also true.
See, TNT is like 3.5. That's why it's perfect. Done.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Yeah. I love this song, but I loved because my description of this was so close. It was that like if Long Way to the Top is like the cool cousin that comes over every Christmas and you see him, like Rock and Roll Singer is the one cousin who sits at the back door and watches the squirrels run. Like that's all like that's all he
That's
can.
exactly what I said. It's the slow cousin.
Exactly. But like because I had that cousin who all he did was like watch squirrels run, but that's a whole nother story.
That's
But
all my
still-
cousins. But my cousins are from rural Missouri,
Oh, well, mine were from
rural Louisiana.
rural Louisiana, and they're
I
probably all
guarantee, and I
having kids
guarantee you,
together
all of our cousins have eaten squirrel.
and eating each other. But anyway,
Oh.
another great song. I like it. It's fun. I don't think it's got nearly the punch of it, but so far, I think it's sequenced well. Great song. I like it. Sorry, I had to mute. Next, we have The Jack, which ended up becoming a staple.
With the jack, it reminds me of me playing blackjack and winning a huge sum of money. $7. $6 after tip. I walked out with a stack of $6 recently.
There's no such thing as a stack of $6. Jesus.
I had to pee. I had
He's
to
like,
pee.
I walked out with a bookmark.
I could almost buy a deck of cards with what I won playing cards.
It's like I paid for parking. I owed them $30.
Hey, parking's free. This is St. Louis. Parking's free. This is like the first song where we get AC/DC's wordplay, where everything means vajayjay and wang doodle and wang vajayjay. It's okay. Keefy.
I think The Jack is my least favorite popular AC/DC song. It's kind of repetitive
It's
and boring.
popular?
It's hugely popular.
I did not know that. I really
Oh,
They
didn't know that.
never not play it. It's a staple of rock.
It's a live
radio.
staple. Yeah.
Yeah, the live version from like River Plate or whatever that is was actually like a charting single for them.
Mhm.
So like people love this song. I'm just like Jack, 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 whatever. I get it.
It needs more words.
It's got not enough lyrics.
Not enough words.
Vaughn is a verbose dude, right? But like he, let's talk
this
about
is
Vaughn.
obituary level of words. 7.
That's a good reference. So
That's a
call
good-
back to the
good
previous
call.
series on Obituary. But let's talk about Bond for a second, because like in an era of Robert Plant, David Coverdale, Ian Gillan, John Anderson of Yes, Pink Floyd, Ozzy, Dio, there's a lot of great singers out there. And Bond is not often talked about as one of the greatest singers ever. But I will say he had a tremendous, like a very good range. He sung bluesy type rock songs well. And he has great phrasing, which I don't think people, not only is he very ribald and funny, because he's funny as hell, but like I don't think enough people credit him vocally, like for his like just sturdiness in these songs. If they had a weaker singer, they wouldn't be around. We wouldn't know this band. He carries them a little bit beside Angus and Malcolm, don't you think?
There's a lot of truth to that. It reminds me of last week's episode. We're talking about Ozzy versus Dio. Bond does not have that classically trained voice, but he has a swagger and a carry. I mean, you toss him the ball and it's going somewhere. Now he's not going to get there. He's not going to get there on talent alone because he doesn't have enough talent to win on talent alone. But he's got enough. He has enough work ethic to find it, to look for what he can do and make that great. Done.
Okay, so I'm actually going to contradict Nick here because Bond did have the talent. Because where Bond's phrasing actually comes from was his time that he spent in a progressive band that he had called Fraternity. And we're talking progressive rock. He played flute. He played, I mean, he was a very...
Oh, God, Dima's Jethro Tull.
Yeah, I mean, no, actually, it didn't sound like them at all. It was actually, they were more... I would think that Fraternity, to me, reminded me a little more of like Procol Harum, where they... And he had this phrasing and he had this clear tone voice to him that you could hear. If he pushed it a little, he could get that grit. ACDC comes, that's he just sang, pushing it, which is why I think he was able to do it the way he did, was because he had that ability to know how to pace himself, how to phrase, how to breathe, all that shit. Because, this is not easy stuff to sing, But the Jack is one of those tunes that, like, I will never go, like, I gotta hear the Jack. This is my favorite. But every time they play it live, I lose my shit. I love it. I sing it. I enjoy it. And also, like, the double entendre thing going on here goes completely out the window if you listen to the version on If You Want Blood, You've Got It, because he just comes straight out. Is this like, like all the sex references are not even covered up, So I think it's a fun song. I don't think it's great. I could live without it, but it works. It works on the album.
It might be the worst song on the record.
I will agree with that.
The word
Which
is concede. I will concede then.
Which, to be honest,
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah, exactly. Because if that's the worst song on the album, that's better than most.
It's not like being the worst song on Destroyer. That's Great Expectations.
Great Expectations. Yes. All right. Next, we have track 4. We have Livewire.
I don't have a strong recollection of this one, and I know it's probably blasphemy, but I mean this is a really good side, so I know it hit me well. Keefy.
My bad, I got lost for a second. Solid, not spectacular. Livewire, right? Like it's very, again, another popular song live, right? Like it's
Another popular title with lots of bands too.
Yeah.
I don't think that song has been played with Brian Johnson, though.
I'm
almost positive.
I think, yeah, maybe the live version is the one I'm hearing a lot with Bond and the record version. But like, yeah, classic rock staple. It is almost 6 minutes long. I do not need more than 4 minutes of this song. It's a live wire.
ACDC's sweet spot is 3:30.
I mean, they only hit it a couple times in their whole career. Most of their songs are 4 or 5 minutes long.
And how many of those 3:30 songs were not, oh my God, this is amazing?
I think I think like the thing is, so like there's, verse, chorus, verse, sometimes a bridge, solo, chorus, outro, solo, chorus.
What is it? Whole Lot of Rosie that's like 48 minutes long?
7
like-
minutes long.
It's
It's like two sides of a record.
I was covering it with my band last year. It is hard to sing. We'll get to it next week, but it's
It is.
a harder than you think. It's not such a simple little song. It's really challenging to sing and do.
How hard is it?
It's so hard, bro.
It's extremely hard.
It's harder than the armadillos that we have in our trousers.
All right, Gene.
No, that was Derek Smalls.
That was Derek Smalls that
I know.
said that. I mean, we've got armadillos in our trousers.
Wait, no, that was David. Or was it Nigel? No, it was Nigel.
It's quite frightening, really.
I still got to watch that with my kid. She asked me about it again yesterday. Okay, let's flip this fucking record. Let's move on.
Well, hold on. I need to go. I didn't get to go.
Go pee.
So Livewire, I love this song. I absolutely love it. It is a little on the long side for me in the intro, but when I heard the version off of
A little on the long side. My penis is a little on the long side.
no, take out long. Okay, it's a little on the side. Anyway, this was their opening song on that run, and it was such a great opener. It
Really?
sounds like it was made to be. No, I'm not talking about this run. I'm talking about it was an opening. Sorry, let me rephrase it. It was an opener on like another tour after this. It sounded like it made more sense as a live song because it had that build up, as the intro. We talked about this on previous albums, right? Sometimes like things that work live don't always work on record. So like if you've got an elongated intro to build up to something live, that's great because you get that tension and you're there. If you're listening to it on album, you're just kind of like, all right, fellas, come on, let's get to it.
King nothing.
After hearing that live album though, it made me love this version even more though. And I still think that as much as this Long Way is a great opener, this could have been a great album opener. I just think it's too dark to open an album.
What live album are you referring to?
Let There Be Rock.
Okay, I don't think I've heard that. Anyway,
that's a great album. That was was that the Highway to Hell tour, Keefy? Do you know?
I don't know.
I think Let There Be Rock is first, and then the other one, If You Want Blood, You Got It Live, is the second one. So that's the Highway to Hell.
That's okay. So okay, because I know the movie Let There Be Rock was.
I think TNT probably should have been the opening song on the album, actually.
Oh,
but maybe
really?
they were just trying to be like,
album, yeah.
Name it. Let's not name that. Let's not. The album's called High Voltage. Like I think to open with TNT and close with High Voltage would have been stronger, and you could have moved Long Way to the Top further down, and it would have made sense. Like giving the album an arc, which it doesn't have because it's just like right at your face.
This album is so perfectly sequenced, though, in my opinion. Actually, not even that it's perfectly sequenced, but the songs are so fucking good that you can change the sequence and still.
I don't know if the sequence matters on this one that much.
It doesn't because every fucking song is good and it's consistent. Sonically.
I'm going to disagree with that, but we're not there yet. Let's flip the record, though.
So side 2, we're going to kick in with TNT.
My friend Jamie.
I'm going to just hold on, Nick. I'm sorry to interrupt. I just want to say that I think like the 20 minutes for a mid-70s rock record, 20 minutes of a side is a slog in your own estimation, right? The 30-minute album is the thing here. And there's 20 minutes in this first.
18 is good. 18 is great.
It's more than 18. And it's too
many.
I know.
I'm just saying that's
songs.
The number.
Go ahead.
18's the number. Yeah, ACDC, their issue is they get long-winded even though they don't ever really get long-winded. Does that make sense? Like, death metal's great at 3:30. It's not so great at 5.
You know what it is that ACDC is they're long chorded.
Yeah, same diff.
It's like that it's like, okay, dude, yeah, we get the intro. It's not going to change much.
Right. I don't need 3 minutes of this chord, even though you've got a vibrato effect on it with a chorusy little bit at the end. It's still the same chord for 3 minutes. I can't hear you. It's just so weird.
It's like pizza, though. Even when it's not great, it's still fucking good. You know what I mean? Like
it's like pizza. I got tired. It's like pizza I got tired of, though.
Oh, not me. See, it's like pizzas that's not quite as good, but when you've had like 100 milligrams of an edible, everything tastes like it's fucking gourmet New York street
Okay,
pizza.
can I do TNT now?
Anyway, TNT, Nick.
So my friend Jamie, the aforementioned Jamie from a couple of weeks ago, her child thought it was the Piggy song. They thought it was oink, oink, oink,
Now that is funny,
which is
and that's not
tremendous.
yours though, but that was funny.
Shut up, Don. I'm sorry. I take that back. Please continue talking to me, Don. That was mean, though.
No, that was actually quite nice, actually.
Okay, it's not mine. That's fair. I'm stealing a story. I'm stealing a story and making it mine. I'm plagiarizing. However, great song. This is the best song on the album. 10 of 10. No notes. Might even be 11. Keefy.
Yeah, same. Not only it's the most covered ACDC song, which is something, like it's been covered a ton of times by rock and metal bands. And it's pretty fantastic, man. It's the perfect ACDC song. It's 33 minutes and 35 seconds. It doesn't go on too long. I'm sure there are live versions where they're just soloing into forever. They don't really have too many endings for songs, by the way. There's like 5 standard ACDC endings, and a bunch of them are rave ups, right? They saw a lot of Hendrix and Hawkwind concerts. It's an absolute banger of a song. It is the best song on here.
I don't know that I don't think it's the best song, but I do think that it is a strong song. And this is obviously a song, in my opinion, is one of the songs that was written for a live experience. The oi, the chant, the call and response. You know what I mean? Like I feel like some bands
Nailed it.
yeah, like some bands write songs like with enough foresight to say
Yeah, that's how We
that's
Will
gonna be
Rock
live.
You got written.
Exactly, right? So it's like we're not writing this to be necessarily just an album track. It's gonna be like a staple for us. I still think it's a fucking great
It's
song.
also a great hockey warm-up song. Just going to throw that out there.
It's also one of the first 3 songs I ever learned how to play on guitar. It
I
was
can't play it. I can play
TNT.
Back in Black.
I learned how to play TNT. I learned how to play Iron Man, and I learned how to play Smoke on the Water because we are Gen X. That's how we learned how to play
I can
guitar.
fake Smoke on the Water, but it's out of key.
Oh, that's like my whole career. Anyway,
It's in the key of Quickset.
great. It's a great song. It's fun. It's like I've yet to find like if I found someone that said I don't like this song, I would never trust them a day in my life.
Yeah, correct.
All right. One of my favorites. Can I sit next to you, girl? Nick.
Soft Underbelly, Keefy.
Yeah, basically. I know a lot of people who do love this song, but
I'm sorry. Remember when I said I couldn't name a song to cut?
it would be this one.
It's this one.
Yeah, that's fair. I also don't need this. But people love it. I don't know why. It's boring. Boring blues rock song. They didn't filler.
ACDC cannot do 2 songs like this on a record.
They can't not.
But they're not very good.
Yeah, I was about to say that's like.
But
that's
they're
like saying
not
the
very
Ramones can't do
they're
the
not
same
very
thing.
good at it. You can do
See,
1 and I don't hate you. You do 2 and I'm tired.
I love this
Stevie
song.
Ray Vaughan, they ain't.
Yeah, but see, I think the thing about this is I hear it from a to me, this is like Bon Scott, pub band, fucking like swallowing your own teeth after a fight kind of thing, and then going up and hitting on the youngest girl in the bar. Because he's like, hey, can I sit next to you, girl? But then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, you might need to take a seat right over here, Mr. Scott.
Chris
I'm
Hansen.
Chris Hansen. So
That's why it
I've
shouldn't
been
be
planning
on
this.
You
I've been
just
planning that
you
all
just
fucking day.
You just described why it shouldn't be on the record.
No, I mean,
I've been planning this all
I
day.
sit next to you, girl, on the scale of Ted Nugent to when I
Whoa!
saw coming out of school that day.
Oh God!
How bad is Can I Sit Next to You, girl?
I would say
Oh.
of the
There's
three,
not a whole
it's
lot
the
of
better.
variation in those 2 things.
Yeah, but I mean, if you put the 3 of them in a room, I mean, Can I Sit
If
Next
you
to
put the
You,
3
girl's
of them
gonna
in a room,
win.
Chris Hansen's going to show up.
Wait, did somebody call me again? It's like,
Yeah, I did.
mean,
Save us, Chris Hansen.
Why is Chris Hansen and Bon? Are we in the 70s and that's why Bon is black and white because we're not in color yet?
Exactly.
Chris is also black and white because it just
It's like I am future Hansen. I am future Chris.
No, he's black and white because this is the worst day of your life. Not only have you been caught diddling kids, but it's on television.
Bon, have a seat right over there.
And oh my
Anyway.
God, those people signed release waivers for that?
Oh,
I don't think so.
I like I said, I love the album. I love the song. I will say though, I do think it's the weaker song on the album as of now.
That's what we both said.
But it's fun.
Okay.
I enjoy it.
It's fun, but we could have gotten rid of the other one just like it, and it would still be fun.
I would have kept this one over the Jack, to be honest.
Either one is. We only need one. Is the point?
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Is that like if it was up to me, I would have said.
The Jack's on side one. It's more memorable. But if you flip them, it's probably different.
That's true. All right. So, all right.
Moving
Next,
on.
we got Little Lover.
Another song I would cut. Keefy.
Yeah. Little Lover's okay. It's not better. Yeah, I would probably actually, now that I think about it, I would cut Little Lover and keep Can I Sit Next to You Girl with Chris Hansen and the Jack.
Which one would you wait? So you would cut Little Lover and the Jack and keep Chris Hansen.
They're all the same three songs. They're basically the same song three times. Like every Bon Scott era song is about two things: getting fucked up and young women. Probably two young women. It's true.
Getting fucked up and getting fucked.
Getting STDs.
Getting STDs. See,
that's in a couple of records.
They should have had a song called "The Clinic." That would have been great. But
they still can.
That would have been a blues. That'd have been a straight up blues.
That totally would have been.
The clinic. She got me at the clinic.
Waiting for the clinic to open.
It burns when I pee.
It's only 8 o'clock. Now I need to open the sock.
Yikes.
It burns when I pee. Why you staring at me? You know. But
this song writes itself.
Why are you guys hanging outside of an abortion clinic? Because we figured, chicks that fuck. It's a place to pick up new women. Catch them on the rebound.
Snooze to the motherfucking nooch.
We beat their pubis asses.
Me and Silent Bob are pro-choice. Women's bodies are own fucking business.
That's
don't y'all be talking like that, says Mr. Bon Scott.
That is terrifying.
No, you
don't. Let me know at the end of this if you want my Bon Scott Mark Evans story from his book.
Oh my God,
that is the best thing
horrifying. That is horrible.
No, it's great though.
No, the photo, the damn puppet is what I'm talking about. What's the next? Are we doing the next track yet?
Two more.
Again,
let's go.
Let's go. She's got balls, man.
You know what? I like this song better when it was called Big Balls and it just She's Got Big Balls. Keefy?
No, She's Got Balls is like the pre-version of Big Balls. This song,
right? I know. I liked it better when it was Big Balls.
Great character in this song. Great vocals. Great guitar. Great song.
Agreed. Not a bad song, but I'm just.
It's also under 5 minutes, so I'm like, yes, points up.
Only just.
It's like 4:52.
It's only under 5 minutes because somebody got tripped. Somebody tripped over a guitar chord.
Maybe
Angus missed that first chord at the
probably
beginning.
Malcolm.
A string broke, and they just stopped it there.
Yeah, we haven't talked at all about Malcolm, but Malcolm did the lead on Little Lover, and he basically is the architect of every one of these songs.
Oh yeah,
and I mean, like, some of these are the best guitar riffs of ever. Like, if they never made Back in Black, Bon dies and the band disbands. They're still a legendary.
There's no Metallica without ACDC and Malcolm Young.
Yeah, for sure.
No. Malcolm Young is like, if you've ever done yourself the favor of going on YouTube and typing in isolated Malcolm Young guitar, you hear the stuff that dude did. Dude, he carried Angus.
Yeah, for sure.
Angus is. No, Malcolm drove the bus. Angus.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's not a knock on. Listen, Angus is one of the best lead guitar players of all. Tremendous charisma for a short little drunk guy. But Malcolm's also a short little drunk guy. But like the two of them, right?
But just the power.
It took the two of them to make this, and somebody has to drive the bus and somebody doesn't. That's just all there is to it.
Can we talk about Phil at all? Can we talk about Phil Rudd? Because
I had some notes to talk about him.
Is he even on this album?
Keep talking.
Yes, he's on half the album.
Yeah, he's on like half the album.
More than half the album.
I think with She's Got Balls though, I feel like this is where I have to now. now that we're going through it now, like how Nick would like, this is definitely top heavy album. You know, they could have peppered some of these songs in a little better, and I think that they probably would have been more of an even balance, but they knew what they were doing, putting their hot shit, you know, top, you know. It's forgettable. But again, it's like, you know, if it comes on, I'm not going to change it. Like it doesn't
Right.
suck. It's not
There's
it's not insulting, but I'm going to be like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that one." And then I'll listen to it. But then I might not listen to it again until I'm listening to the album in full where I'll say the same thing. "Oh, I forgot about this one."
that's how I feel about the two softies. Yeah.
All right, and then to the title track. High
Second
voltage.
second best song on the record. No notes. Keefy.
I'll be honest with you. I don't love this song. It's a very good song. I don't think it's actually even the third best song on the record. And again, I don't need TNT and High Voltage on the exact same side of this record, but it's a good closing song. It's got great riffs. It's repetitive. It's very good. Again, if TNT was first and It's a Long Way to the Top was where TNT is, this would be the better side of music for sure to me. But that's me.
I think that it's such an incredible album closer, but I could have seen even this flipping spots with It's a Long Way to the Top. Like, because to me, it's a driving tune. It doesn't have the generic blues thing that we get kind of further into the album. But I'm gonna agree with Nick. This is actually my second favorite song on the fucking record. And
It's a long way to the top would actually be a really great closer.
it would, right? I mean, because I was thinking like that. That's kind of like it almost sounds like you would close with that
Yeah.
song
Yeah, yeah,
live,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know. But
Totally.
I think High Voltage is a fucking great song. I need to side spar this with Keefy. What is it that you're not hearing that we're hearing? Because I want to know.
I don't know. I just feel like it's just again, it's two songs that are the same. High Voltage and TNT are very
Yeah,
similar.
that's ACDC.
Yeah, but we didn't know that back then. I wasn't. I was 4 years old when this record came out,
But
and
we
I
know
heard these
that
as
now. We're
I didn't
listening to
hear
it
a whole.
now.
Yeah, but I'm saying I didn't hear a whole ACDC record probably for a few years, and I heard these as radio songs. And High Voltage to me came later, and I was like, oh, I like TNT, and It's a Long Way much better. That was just me.
All right, fair
It
enough.
just doesn't. It just doesn't hit with me. It's not as true. It doesn't ring as true. Is that fair?
Fair.
I'm allowed my
No, I
opinion.
think that's totally fair. Like I said, I was just more curious because I always think that that's such a curious thing with the three of us. How, you know, there's, you know, a lot of times we hit it all on together, right? But then sometimes someone's like, I love this. What are we not hearing that the other one is hearing, or vice versa? You know, I think that when I hear this song, it pumps me up. I just think it's a great song. I think it's fun. Um,
I completely agree.
the bagpipe solo with headphones on is painful, but aside from that, it's fucking incredible. I think it's a
Sometimes
great.
you need to do swinging, squeezing pipes. Just squeeze
Yeah,
the pipes.
you gotta squeeze the pipes, but I think it's a
You gotta
great.
clean them too.
You know, and I also think that the song is good enough that makes you forget the not so great songs that came before
It's
it.
no, this is a really strong album. I'm gonna sum this up. It's probably about a 7.5 to 8 to me. Probably actually, it's probably about a 8 to 8.5.
That's what
And
I had it down as an 8.5.
it's not perfect, but the highs are really high and the lows aren't that low. And if you took out the songs that we don't think are that great and threw them on High Voltage, the original High Voltage, it makes that album better. So all in all, I mean, this is a really good record. It's a great record, and if you don't know, live, and love it, you really should.
This is like, I mean, even though we jokingly talk about which one is actually a debut, like for an international debut album, like I would kill to have an album that sounded like this as my first record.
Yeah, if this is the first taste, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and a little side note here too was that I was looking into reviews of this album, and Billy Altman from Rolling Stone said that it was, quote, an all-time low for the hard rock genre.
Is that the 76 record or the 75 record? Because the
No, it's
75
the
record
seven.
is not good.
It's
I
no,
We
know
it's
didn't
it's
really
not.
address this.
It's this one because
Well,
Rolling
yeah,
Stone
well, that's
was only
stupid.
Rolling
Yeah.
Stone was only reviewing international. They weren't
They
reviewing
stupid.
the
Fucking
Aussie.
stupid.
Well, yeah,
They also
but,
hated Zeppelin and Sabbath. So what the fuck did they know?
exactly. So but
Well, that 75 record is stupid.
Hello, William Miller. This is your editor, Ben Fong.
Ben Fong Torres. Hello, Ben
well,
Fong.
hello, Ben Fong. Well,
Hello, Feruza Balk. I want Feruza
I,
Balk to.
I know what it's like when my lady calls me. I don't snap to it.
Yeah,
Crazy.
that was so awesome. Too.
Hello, this is William. This is he.
This is
William.
William Miller.
Are you a journalism major?
Yes, I am.
Why didn't he
figured we would
immediately
get-
say San Diego State of all things? Like
I know, right?
Is that a thing? I don't even know.
Yeah.
I figured we'd get to know each other first and then watch each other pee.
That's usually how I do it.
That's how I do it back home.
All right.
Do regular
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. Yeah.
I'm
haven't-
not famous.
Yeah.
You don't hang out.
If you
with
said that
anybody
to me in the real world,
What
wake
is this
up!
real world
When
you
and
talking
where
about?
does this real world exist?
Why are you yelling at me? That's actually
Dude,
her most understated line in the whole
Like,
movie.
why are you yelling at me? Why are you yelling at me? Because you drive me crazy. I do want to go real quick to sum it up too. Is that I think that the performances on the album are spectacular.
Tremendous, absolutely.
You talk about a less is more kind of thing. ACDC never pushes the envelope because
There's a
know where
severe
they can
lack
go.
of overdubs,
That's exactly it. But that's
which
what I'm
makes it perfect.
it's what makes it. It's what set up ACDC to be ACDC, and I feel like that.
And if you look at Led Zeppelin of this time, you cannot say that because Led Zeppelin. This is the time when Jimmy Page is saying, "I did the guitars like an army, a guitar army." Well, there's only one of you, so there shouldn't be 50 of them.
Yeah,
No.
but like Sabbath also did multiple, like every
Yeah.
song had 3 different.
And we're
Oh,
at
yeah.
the worst era of the Ozzy Sabbath now.
No,
Yeah.
not yet. 2 more years.
Technical Ecstasy?
It's starting to get bad. Yeah,
That was
like,
bad.
No, it is bad.
No, I think
It is
the
bad.
the next one is worse though. You're not being
Just because something is worse doesn't mean one thing's not bad. If it tastes like shit, the other thing can be shittier. It's still all
I guess.
shit.
I guess.
we call it
Technical
shit
Ecstasy is
sandwich.
bad. We talked about Technical Ecstasy 90 minutes ago
It
and how we
sucks.
all hate it.
Yeah.
And you're
But
like,
I
oh,
think
this isn't the bad era.
Sabotage is worse.
Oh,
Sabotage is before this.
definitely.
And no, it isn't.
No,
Not
it's
Sabotage.
75.
Sorry. Never Say Die is
I
worse.
mean,
Oh
yeah,
God, never say.
that.
Well, yes, we're at the diminishing returns.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is the it's
If
interesting.
ACDC puts out High Voltage the way it is in 75 and doesn't write TNT and all these other songs, and then
Yeah.
High Voltage is re-put out by Atlantic,
Fail.
band is never heard from again.
Correct.
The first High Voltage has no good songs, just
No.
about.
It's
No
awful.
actual A songs, many C songs, no B songs.
It's got
TNT.
C, D, and F.
The Australian TNT, which we skipped over because it's all the same songs again, has 6 bangers and 2 forgettables, and then
Yeah.
they put them all on High Voltage.
Correct.
So
I mean,
like that
it's-
saved the band, honestly.
Yes, it did.
And we'll get to next week where they were almost dropped from the label still because they
Yeah.
have not yet played America yet. So
That's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
save
an
I'm gonna save my
interesting one.
Bond story for after next week. But
I like that. I like that. But yes, all in all, a fantastic album, fun stories. One of the very few instances I can say I echoed this earlier is that where the label actually had ears. I really feel like that's kind of a rarity. But
It's
the
not
label-
normal that A&R saves a band,
Right, exactly. We're like,
but
these
here
guys-
we are.
Someone actually cared enough about
Save them from
ACDC.
themselves.
Yeah, I think it was technically
Exactly.
Erdogan's brother is the one who vouched for the band.
It was. Yes, it was. But
We'll talk about it then. Nick, do you have anything else? Anybody? I don't.
I got nothing else to say this week. I've
Great
said it all.
record. This is a high BA record for me, even with the
Yeah, same.
duds. Nick, do you want to just take us home so Don?
I will take us home.
Yes.
You know what, Don? Thank you for choosing this series. Thank you for leading it, Keefy. Thank you for joining us and trying to put me in my place, no matter how wrong you may or may not be with each time. I am funny.
I love
you-
this one too. But I also just want to say, am I going to be making another appearance in any of these albums?
Too
It's
many.
Chris Hansen. Okay.
It's too many.
Come
Chris,
in and have a seat, please.
don't worry. You'll Chris, you'll know when it's time.
Can I sit next to you, girl?
Oh God. This is why you need to be watching this on YouTube. Just going to say it right then. And you know what doesn't play in Peoria? YouTube. YouTube doesn't play in Peoria because they're farmers on John Deere tractors. But what does play in Peoria is undoubtedly TNT by ACDC. This has been the Glacially Musical Podcast. Like, subscribe, Dutch Rudder.